Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I want to touch base with you about research. Research is very important. You need content for a speech, so you're going to have to spend quite a bit of time actually researching your topics. For your tribute speech, you need 2 sources. Your informative speech, you need 3 sources. And your persuasive speech, you need 5 sources. What sources are appropriate? Yes, you may use Google search to find sources. You don't have to use library resources for all of your sources. I would caution you about using the same type of source. For instance, in your tribute speech, you might use Encyclopedia Britannica and Biography. These are both websites, these are both available on their websites, but they also have mostly the same information. You're not going to find anything new and groundbreaking in Biography that you're not going to find in Encyclopedia Britannica or famous people's, another website that people use for tribute speeches. It's okay to use one of those sources, but 2, you're not getting anything new, and you need different types of information. What goes into a speech? Examples, statistics, testimony, definitions, facts, and you're going to get lots of good facts, maybe some statistics from those types of sources, but you're going to miss kind of the flavor of the person. And to get flavor, you need interviews that are in magazines or newspapers. So I was going to briefly show you some ways of doing this. I'm going to share my screen so you can see how I would research a particular topic using our library website. If you go to CCC, I should have started back here. So if you go to CCC and you pull down on student tools, then you go to libraries, this screen will come up. It doesn't matter which library you use. And once you've done that, you can go to library databases, which you can see here in the right-hand corner. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to show you a couple of databases. We're going to start out with the first one, which is the most common, which is Academic Search Complete. So as we click on this, let's think about someone that you might present a tribute speech on. For instance, Selena. If I were to open up another tab and search Selena, there she is, Selena, this would come up. And like you, I would scroll down and I would go to Wikipedia. Is it okay to use Wikipedia in your speeches? Yes, it is. If you get any information from Wikipedia, you need to cite that source, but there's a caveat. It doesn't count as one of your required sources. So if you're required to have 2 sources in your tribute speech, if you use Wikipedia, you will in fact need 3 sources because Wikipedia doesn't count as one of your required sources. I like Wikipedia. I actually donate to Wikipedia. I think it's an amazing tool, but it's true. You could change it and even though it might get changed back in 1 second, you might be that person who's downloaded the page in the 1 second where there was wrong information. So that's why faculty don't, or professors don't like it when you use it. So another way you can use it is if you scroll all the way down, you'll see all of the citations that Wikipedia uses. So you could actually, here's one, Selena Seaside Memorial Park obituary. You could actually go and look at this information and see this actual article. And that could be a good way of finding sources for your speech. So you're looking through and you're like, oh, this looks really interesting. I'm going to click on this. And so you retrieve it. And oh, here we've run into a problem though, haven't we? Because it's the New York Times. Oh, the paywall has come up. What do we do? Well, I'll tell you what we can do. Since you have the library for free, we know the name of that article. Now I can't see it because that's where is it? Oh, here it is. So we're gonna copy this. Okay, so I'm going to Control C because I'm old school. I'm going to go back to my databases, and then I know what it starts with P. I'm going to go to P, and you're going to scroll down to ProQuest Newsstream 1980 to current. So then you're going to click on this. It's going to redirect me. I'm going to now copy and paste that title in, and I'm going to search it. And what should happen is that New York Times article has come up. So now, even though I ran into the paywall for the New York Times, and we can still look at the entire article because we have this access for free through our library. So how fortuitous that that happened. So that's one way of using, when you Google search something, the first thing that's going to come up is Wikipedia. If you scroll down, then it's going to have the biography. I find it strange she has a Facebook, but okay. The biography, Billboard, and other sites. We can go to page 2. Most people never make it to page 2, right? Because you find everything you need on the first page. So you can go through and look through and say, you know, none of these are really working for me. I went and got the biography, but I need to find something from the library. So now we're going to go back to the library, that EBSCO that we started out with to begin with, and we're going to type in Selena. And on EBSCO, you're going to see, you want to make sure this full text is highlighted or clicked. Some of your professors will require that you use peer reviewed. You can click on that here. I don't require that. It's fine to use just whatever pops up. So we're going to hit search. And when we hit search, no, I need to put the right Selena in because we forget about Selena. I don't forget about Selena. We need the Selena. There we go. This is the correct one. Although you could do a speech about Selena Gomez. So here, there's only 163 articles. When we Google searched it, there were 5,900,000. I mean, that's way too many. You're not going to go through all that. It's just easier. It's and you're more likely to come up with credible sources if you use the library. By the way, did you see this pop up? Our librarians are ready to help you right there. That's an actual librarian who, if I were say chat now, would be happy to help me find this type of information. So if you get stuck and you're not having a lot of success and that pops up, then I would use chat now. I don't need it because I know how to do this. So I'm going to hit no thanks. But know that there's actual library. It doesn't pop up all the time. Like in the middle of the night, it's not going to pop up. But there are actual librarians on the other end of that chat box. So the first article that pops up is People Magazine. Now, is People Magazine credible? Well, for matters of pop culture, I would say yes, People Magazine is credible. So maybe we go and click on this and we read through it. And in fact, now we get some flavor. Remember, I started this by saying you're going to get the bald facts from biography.com or Encyclopedia Britannica or even Wikipedia. But here is where you're going to get some of the flavor, where you have people getting interviewed. And this would be a type of testimony, which is an excellent type of information to include, especially in a tribute speech. So you could go through here and say, you know, this is excellent. I am absolutely going to use this article. And now you have to go through the process because remember, you're going to have to cite this source. And you cite sources in 3 different ways. You cite them at the end of a works cited page. You cite them written in the outline, and you cite them out loud in the speech. But of course, the way you do it in a works cited page is different than the way you would cite them in an oral citation. So let me just show you first how you can use the tools that are here on the right-hand side to help you cite sources easily. Now, everybody probably knows about Citation Machine or EasyBib, where you can go to those sources and put in the information and they'll cite the source for you, very handy. Or you could also use, see this button here on the right? So you could save it to Google Drive, to OneDrive, and so on. And you can click the cite button and look, it pops right up. And all these different types of citation styles pop up. And I have said that you can use either APA or MLA. Just be consistent. I don't care which one you use. That's your discretion. So if you're using APA, here is your citation. So I'm going to copy and paste this into a Word document for when I am creating my outline. So that would be I just wanted to share that little trick with you for people who didn't know that you had this nice tool. So I would probably find most of my sources using the library, but I know it's easy to go to Google, and I Google too. I appreciate it. But please don't have all the same types of sources. Don't all have biography types of websites. Get something with some flavor in it. And it's if you have a personal story or personal reason why you're sharing about this person, then tell us that. This isn't a English class or sociology class where you're not supposed to use first person. The speech class, you're expected to use first person. I would enjoy this. So I just wanted to show you a couple of tools. I showed you how to use ProQuest. I showed you how I use ProQuest, Academic Search Complete, and Google. And I'm going to have another tutorial about oral citations, but for right now, just make sure you have some good research that has a little flavor so that you're having a speech that's interesting to your audience. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll see you online.